It's Saturday night, the 14th of March. Can you believe it? It's day 74 of my journey to alignment. My power statement for today said, I will build out lesson 3 and produce its final video. Well, due to the lateness of the hour, I made the mistake of getting ahead of myself last night and saying that. What I meant to say was, I will record lesson 3 and start to build it out if there's time. And so listen to this. Let me get this ready to go. Let me play it.
Excited? Lesson 2, along with its worksheet, should have helped you identify the target market for your particular business. But more particularly, it should have helped you become very clear as to who your ideal customer is. I hope you spent some time talking to a few prospective customers and asked them a ton of questions about what they want and what they would prefer they get when they give you their hard-earned money to purchase a product or service like yours. Because if you did, I'm sure you came away with a much clearer idea of who your ideal customer is. That brings us to today's lesson. Research your competition. Virtually every business has a direct competitor. As an entrepreneur, you'll need to know which companies or individuals are operating in the same industry or market that you are, and then you can have a better idea on how to differentiate your business from theirs. In other words, what features and benefits.
There you go. There are going to be 6 additional recorded segments for a total of 7 segments, and I'll finish those up and do the building out shortly for lesson 3. I'm now doing them in segments because I learned I could make fewer muffs like I do with this entry, doing it that way from having worked on for 2 lessons now. I now only record about 1.5 to 2 minutes per segment of time, and that way I keep from making too many muffs, and that's really helped me when I start to build things out as well. So bam, lesson 3's recordings, they're all done except that last 7th one. Today was the kind of a challenge. I didn't have time to build out lesson 3. I did get most of it all recorded. I decided that I will get back on that building it out come Monday. I have to tell you that this process of producing my products and services for my coaching system is so exciting to me. I really feel like I'm accomplishing a lot as I bring these individual pieces to, of my package through the portal of my mind right here in the world of the physical. Anyway, here's my to-do list that I wrote up for Saturday. As you see, Saturday, there's a very short list. There's 2 highlighted ones. I had 2 tasks that I highlighted in yellow because they were really important that I get them done. The first one is to start recording a lesson 3, which I did. And the other task was to work on a long list of details that built up over a 3-day period. And I worked those and got a lot of that done. So bam, done. I like doing that. Okay, the long list was concerning Avalon Care Center, that I visit there 3 to 4 times a week. At least I have done that. But because of the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic scare, the care center has had to restrict all visitors from entering the care center. And so I worked on preparing a list of folks that will help me start to call these residents there, to check on them, and to make connections with them so they don't feel alone. And that's what we're doing. And there was a lot of other things I had to do as well. I also worked on getting folks and other children throughout the area here that knows these residents to make some pictures and to take the time to draw them and write notes and maybe even go get a card and fill it out and get them to me so I can get them over there to the residents. It's just something that will help the residents have a sense that they've not been forgotten, that they're loved, and hopefully will break up the monotony a little bit for them. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to get started on recording lesson 3, but like I said, I got interrupted today with a few projects that I had to work on for Avalon, so I'll finish it up on Monday. Okay, let's go ahead and answer Croy's Get Honest with Yourself questions. What didn't go well today, Marty, or what could have been something you could do better? Did you wake up and start early and strong in the morning? Yes, I did, every morning. Just like clockwork. Did you start your morning with power? Yep. Next, were you productive throughout your day? I was in another area that's a goal and a purposeful thing for my personal life, very much so, was productive. Did you get the most important things done? Both the yellow things, boom, done. Did you move your goals forward? I certainly did. Did you show up as the person you wanted to be? Saturday's usually kind of a hectic day and going, but I showed up who I wanted to be, who I really am, and I thought things and did things that were helpful, and they weren't a distraction, so most definitely showed up as the person I wanted to be. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present? I sure was. She had a project she wanted to get done. She cleaned everything out in one of our bathrooms downstairs, put everything out, and put a bunch of putty on some walls and sanded them, and then a few hours later sanded them off and put another coat of that, and she's getting ready to paint it to make it all look nice, and I think she's getting a fun little painting or a few things to go into that bathroom. She's kind of refurbishing it, so good for her. That was something she was excited about doing. All of those questions I just went through combined together answer whether or not I was honest with myself or whether or not I keep my commitments to myself today. And I certainly did. Croy then asked, what was the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you could improve on going forward? And I added to this by asking myself, what did you fail at today, Marty, that you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, even though I didn't finish recording Lesson 3 in its full entirety, I still feel like I accomplished a great deal. And that's because of what I got done for Avalon. As far as any failure goes, there wasn't any in my mind, unless I want to say that my not finishing Lesson 3's recording was a failure. A tool of success that I would use to improve that kind of thing in the future would be the tool of flexibility. It's a principle, or what I call the law of being flexible, where it helps one to redirect their efforts and try to meet more pressing needs that are more important. Being too rigid and not flexible in our daily routines and efforts can lead to neglecting the principle of good, better, best. Finishing the recordings is good, of course it is, but getting things in a place and to a place to serve other folks like Avalon Care Center is not only good and better, it lands right in the world of the best. So the next question is, what was my biggest success today? I think my biggest success today was getting done all that I did for the Avalon Care Center. With those things in place, they won't be feeling lonely going forward, and I can really hit the ground running come Monday after tomorrow, which is my rest day, Sunday. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, of course I did. I watched my Hawaiian Vision movies this morning, as I always do in my mindfulness time. But with all that is going on with the residents there at Avalon Care Center, I found myself pre-playing some movie clips about several folks there and how I and others can help them. You know, worry, you often hear in football, let's go back to the instant replay, and they replay what happened. Well, worrying is pre-playing worrisome thoughts, negative thoughts. Worry is pre-playing negativity. Well, I like to pre-play something that I want to have happen. I never want to speak what I don't want. I want to do and think and speak what I do want. And that's what positive pre-playing is. So it eliminates worry in that sense. Movies on your mind are a powerful resource to help focus your thinking and motivation. I found myself being pulled to reprioritize doing something for those folks over focusing on getting my lessons recorded. I made them a priority over that. I felt strongly that that was the best use of my time today. The fact is that Lesson 3 can wait. And Monday will be great to get after it then, and that's what I'm going to do. Next is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? Well, simply put, doing something for others, meaning the folks at Avalon, most definitely made me feel warmth toward them and feel successful in what I did towards serving them today. Next, Corey asks you to rate your day and your efforts. Well, I gave my day a 7. I gave the task that I got done for Avalon a 10, but the overall day, I think I was going ahead and say it was a 7 because I had intended to get that whole lesson recording done, and I didn't. The next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you're still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? And then put it into a power statement for tomorrow. Well, my power statement for tomorrow that I came up with is to simply enjoy the entire day with my wife. I have no meetings. Because I still have 14 workdays left in March, I'm confident I can finish Lesson 3 as well as the remaining 9 lessons after that too. And when I do, it will be a great accomplishment. At least that's my intention and that's my goal. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for friendships. There are more than 100 people at Avalon Care Center that I know, and I love them all. After going there for almost a year and a half now, I have to say that I value their friendships that I've gained by coming to know each and every one and serving them on a daily basis. It's priceless, and they're priceless. Next, I'm grateful for the principle of work. Having something to do that takes work and dedication and discipline and real effort brings self-worth like nothing else. And it brings a sense of pride. And most definitely, it causes a sense of gratitude in me. It's a great principle, this principle of work. And lastly, I'm grateful for my printer I have in my office. To be able to punch out piece after piece of copies, it's kind of like that portal in my mind. And it's right there, what I've written and designed or whatever, and it's there in seconds, sitting right here at my desk at home, and I can do it on the cheap, and it's fantastic. I love you, printer. Okay, done. Bam! Another day of living the dream recorded and counted for. Hope your day of living the dream proved exciting for you too. Until I see you back here tomorrow night at this time, same place, same laptop, I wish you continued success. Good night.